Hey, this is PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. We teased you last week, we talked about phone skills. Let me take you back to the 80s. In the 80s, they made me answer the phone and try to set an appointment just to be disappointed on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock when the customer didn't come in, didn't call to tell me they weren't coming in, didn't post me up that they were going to be late, in fact, had no courtesy at all, set up my day, and just completely walked away. So what we want to do is we want to say, are we still operating the same way we did in the 80s and in the 90s and as the year 2000? Answer the phone, set an appointment, call your appointments back. At the end of the week, on a Monday, I'm calling the guy back, hey, Mr. Johnson, this is KC. Must have been super busy on Saturday, must have missed you. Like to reschedule. No, you didn't miss him. He didn't come in. So we've got to change the whole outcome of this phone. So let's look at this. Customers used to come to 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 rooftops on a Saturday until they were completely delirious trying to get a good deal. Now they don't do it anymore. Now they go to 22 different websites. They know exactly what they want to buy. They've already got a price on the vehicle. And the reason they pick up the phone is just to make sure you've got it in stock, if you can do a little bit better than what you got posted on the internet, or maybe just to be courteous enough to really set a time to come and look and drive the vehicle. So we've got to change the way we process these phone calls. To me, and you get to make your own decisions here, they're calling to get information by saying something like, well, you'll have to come in. Or that just depends on your credit. That depends on how much money you're putting down. Depends? You have to? No. They're calling to get information. In my word track on the phone skills class, I answer the phone, sales information, this is KC, what vehicle have you selected? Because I want them to tell me what they've done on their research so I can go tremendously forward into trying to get the people to buy the car. So let's change this. Forget setting an appointment. Let's have an agreement to continue. If I get your cell phone number, if I get your email, if I can text you, if I can send you some information, then we're continuing the process. It'd be foolish to think that you're going to sell the car on the phone when the customer calls to ask you a question. You've got to bring them in. That's what the managers say. You got to bring them in. I don't think that's right. How about this? If they've got a trade, there's going to be a trade appraisal. Why wouldn't you put a PDF together and send this form to them so they fill out all the information on the trade? So now you know what's coming in. Maybe it's a Buick. I don't know that we keep a lot of Buicks on a Toyota lot. You know we're not going to give them a lot of money for that, but there might be somebody in town that's the Buick guy or the Buick gal. So if I know this car's coming in, we can make a call prior to them coming in and maybe pick up $500 extra on the car, and you and I both know that could be the difference between a deal and not a deal. So prep work. If they fill this out, here's the deal. They're coming in. Get all their information. But here's what I want you to do. We've been talking for the last few years about video. Get their cell phone number, walk outside, take a video of the car that they requested information on, video yourself, and so now they've placed you and the car in the same category. You know, the funny thing about it is, Harvard Business School says that we have the ability to remember 10,000 faces in our lifetime. I try to remember all of you guys when I come out and do training, but there's 12,000 of you. So a lot of you get the, hey, what's up, Hammer? Because I don't know your name. But I certainly recognize that you're a gifted Toyota salesperson. I knew who you were, but I didn't know your name. By putting your video out and letting them see this. Remember, the more people that know this right here, the more cars you're going to sell. So in this first episode of the Sales Line 1 process, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the incoming phone call. We're going to find out exactly what the customer wants us to do, and we're going to get some information back to them. Mr. Johnson, I appreciate you calling. One of the things a lot of salespeople ask is, when would you like to come in? I'm going to assume that since you called, the answer is you're not ready to come in. So let me get you all, A-L-L, biggest word in the English language, all of the information you want, and let me send this information to you. I would love to do a courtesy video of the car, interior and exterior. a couple of seconds on this and send this to you so that you can already see exactly what you're coming to look at before you come in. This may be the difference between you coming in and not coming in. It's worth the risk for me to go the extra mile for you. In this next phase of sales line 1, we're going to talk about objections, why the customers won't give you information, and we're going to go after that. So let's keep it simple in the first thing. Answer the phone. Give them all the information they want. They're calling for information. Sales line 1, this is KC. What vehicle do you selected? Great, the spelling of your last name and your first. So we both have the same information. Grab a pen and something to write on. Grab a pen and something. Put that in your brain. Make them write down what they're going to buy, where they're going to buy it, and who they're going to buy it from. So let me tell you, your name, the dealership name, and what vehicle they're interested in. Make them write that down. So after they make 9 or 10 phone calls, you're the only salesperson that made somebody copy your name down. This has been PK52. Can't wait to see you next week, the Saturday morning meeting.